That's kind of why I didn't want to do this song, Shake It, or like any drill song, because it's like these songs are activating like these demons that I killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that girl anymore. I just want to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that old Cardi anymore. And she's coming back. She's coming back, bro. Like, the phone is not hacked. It's really me. I actually want to say a lot of things, but I'm just gonna mind my business because sometimes I feel like I have such a big platform that if I don't say the right things, I might get killed. The world is having a crisis right now. There's inflation not only in America but everywhere in the world. It's really hard to get the economy back up. There is so much shipments and embarkments backed up. China's not really messing with us, so a lot of things are behind. A lot of goods are behind, and this shit just made it way more complicated. So I'm just really annoyed by this, and I really wish that all world leaders right now just really come with a logical conclusion. But whatever. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. There might be another lockdown, the way that this shit is going. And I feel like we are not prepared for another lockdown. And also, the crimes have been going up everywhere. And not just America, everywhere. A lot of people want to be like, the crimes have been going up because of police brutality, because they've taken away their pays and everything. I don't think that's true, because crimes have been going on everywhere all over the world. And the reason why the crimes are going on all over the world, because people are getting desperate. People are in some desperate times. And my thing is that it's like, just when we think the shit is going good, shit goes back and it's turning bad again. And I feel, because y'all know how I am, I'm a very religious person. I'm starting to wonder, and I don't like to tie things to religion, but I can't help to ask God, like, it's like, God, are you punishing us? Are you punishing our children? I can't help to think that, because I be feeling like every single day, you know, we're not aware of what's going on all over the world, but it's like every single day you see the news, right? If you see the news, there's crimes going on every day. There's people killing people. There's people killing people and then laughing about it. Sometimes people might die on some weird freak accident, and you will see people in the comments like, people don't have no empathy for people. People don't have nothing. I just feel like people are just robots nowadays. Sometimes people will say the most meanest, disgusting things.
There you see it. There you have it. That's an almond. There's a writing that states that if one of these come in your room and then go to the bedroom, it'd be like the brother dies or a sister-in-law. It depends on where it goes. It can touch, but it means death when it's not the Holy Spirit or Spirit-led. All right, we'll come back. We'll come back to these.
UFOs, plasma.
Yeah. Deviation on the forecast. This is what spirits look like. Now they want you to believe that when they show you the space that they are really enhancing it by Photoshop. That's not Photoshop, that's just taking a picture. See Michael? Carrying souls. And even in this pic, you can even see interdimensional cloaking. That is something bigger there around it. But we can only make out through frequency the color solar orbs. So, you know, there's something else there. Look real good. You'll see I'm not lying. So, that's like cloaked, or you would say camouflage from us, so to say. But you see how wide that is? That bubble? Then the blue up here makes another bubble. And you see a crown. See, that's a shadow, but that don't make it wicked. because it's hiding itself. There's another face. All right, you see these in regular videos, but now we're gonna. Hold on, I'm bad. I'm fasted. Let me see. Gallery. Back out. See? Spirit. Spirit orb. Spirit orb. See how big it is? Because it's different. Even here, you can see. You open them. You can see people. You can see people. But this is a regular pick. Man, knocked out. I just showed you. Regular pick. But look. Hebrew. Circle. In a circle. What symbol is that on the cuneiform? What symbol is this? What colors are those? Why don't we go through it? Gabriel. Plasmic. That's the tree of life. Raphael. Tahuti tablets. Multicolor. Seraphium. Zodiac or Zadkiel. Sun. Uriel. See the spiral? Word of the Lord. Japhael, joy, second chakra. Blue, Michael, plexiploras from the shock of your throat. Red, Metatron. See it? See the 8 spears or dots? Camiel, love. And there you have it. That's what they look like in real time. No Photoshop. Showed you orb, a man talking to an orb. There go your archangels. See that? Open them face. See, they're not telling us everything. These are Jews too now. I think it's just a spirit. And gold, rubies. That's what it look like to us. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm not lying. So, wandering diviners, sometimes called the Chaldeans, Mediterranean sources, were responsible for dissemination, right? The word sign is, what that say? Athea. Athea. Ahayawa or Ahawa. Love, right? That's your book. God is love. So be careful what you say about some things you don't really know about. Because he say, she say, but you supposed to know, say, understand, the word made all things. So, in the Surah, Quran, fiery manifestations of power. Remember, we're talking about plasmic energy. The thunder god, written in your Bible, Amos chapter 9, verse number 6 through 9. I thundered a vault and hammered it with lightning. Yeah? And I built my 7 pillars. And it's saying the same thing here. And thunder gives him what? Then Surah, Saru, Nibiru, right? The Most High with the healing wings. Akkadiah, the thunder god, or god of thunder. Oh, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, but it's about to blow your mind now. It's about to blow your mind. Anakamet. Kemet. Anakamet. Tehran. It's the true name. You would say Enoch Metatron. No, go together. An, heaven. O, power. Ki, spirit. Maya, mother. Power, spirit, truth, and justice. Tahuti, Aran. Kemet. Now you see why he say he gonna build up Kemet first? That's your Ezekiel. chapter 16. I know that hurt your feelings. I know it did. You see what they did to you? Spliced and divide. We're going to bring you back, though.
Okay, why the jinn from the Quran is plasma. Yes, the fourth state of matter. So plasma is known as the fourth state of matter. It's an ionized gas, but it is also a mystical, magical substance that is neutral, much like the jinn. The jinn are also known as genies, and they're not innately good or bad. The first interesting comparison is that the jinn are kind of drawn a lot with electricity and fire. Plasma, a symbol for it, is also burning fire. Look up ball lightning. Also, very interesting, birds have a lot to do with plasma. They're supposedly the messengers of plasma and speak the language of sound, which is plasma. Also, like plasma, jinn are composed of thin and subtle bodies. Plasma, for those of you who are obsessed with it like me, you'll know plasma is subtle energy. They can also be called on for protection or magical aid. The same goes for plasma beings that are known as angels, interdimensional beings, archetypes. You can call on these things for help as well. Very much the same thing, at least I think. Are we seeing connections? Also, jinn means to hide or adapt. Plasma means to form. These two things in the same are shapeshifters. They form.
Pause. She just said something very important. What she just said in another verbalization, your book says in the book of Isaiah or Isaiah in Aramaic, since we're speaking on Quranic things. I created, well, Isaiah chapter 45, verse 5 through 17. I created darkness and I formed light. I created bad and I formed good, just so you could keep up.
And are molded based on our consciousness and our cultural beliefs. So if you're full of fear, you're gonna see something bad with the jinn. If you're full of love, you're probably gonna see something good, more like an angel.
You reap what
They're
you
all
sow.
thought forms, and they reflect based on your state of mind. This is why you have more nightmares and see more ghosts and have more hauntings when you're in a state of fear and anxiety. Just like in every horror movie.
Y'all see that, y'all? Just like all those people that were just in here and then they left because they heard something that they thought we were going to wickedness. That's what we be talking about. No spiritual discernment. None.
Once the trauma is fixed,
Because
the
they
fear goes away
reflected
for
their
the most
own
part.
wickedness on
They
you.
also talk about how the jinn can be my dog. They also talk about how the jinn can be invoked for magical ceremonies, for rituals, also for protection. This is just like plasma, which is the neutral substance that you can literally call in using your consciousness for protection, for divination, for rituals. Your beliefs create this world. But remember, just like the jinn, plasma is also sentient and has its own beliefs. Whether it's our future selves or other beings, I do not know. But it has a higher perspective that we can plug into, that we're already plugged into, but we can choose to expand into to receive the same kind of knowledge it has. It is very similar to the daimon or the inner genius, which also is just like the jinn or genies, which has to do with our inner voice or our higher self or our heart, our soul.
So, what's a dimension? Oh, Genie got you.
This is also plasma. It's our inner plasma, what our soul is made out of. And it's how we connect to this outside source, which is the same thing, as above, so below, to gain higher knowledge and an expanded perspective. It's usually when we remove our cultural and societal beliefs and our limiting beliefs that we can plug into this observer knowledge, or our body intelligence, our senses. Kind of like when we're in survival mode, what we plug into to make quick decisions, and it feels like time slows down. That's that knowledge. And you have the potential to plug into it more and more, which I'll explain at a later date. Interestingly enough, daimon also means power or fate. So by connecting back with your power and your soul, which is also the jinn, which is a neutral substance, almost like unconditional love, and working with it in good ways out of love and curiosity, you can live a really cool life. I'll do a whole video on this, but the last thing I'll say is why they say the jinn can also be a demon, or like they call evil, or plasma. Plasma is reflective, as I said, so it has very much trickster energy. So if you need to learn a lesson in life, this same kind of neutral substance, especially if you're still working out your traumas, is going to come to you with a lot of sorry, you can't really see this. There we go. It's going to come to you with secret knowledge and use it to play tricks. So just a really quick example is you wake up one morning, you're in your ego, you're in your fear, you're thinking about needing money, and all of a sudden you decide to start a business, but it's from the point of you want to get rich. It's not from love or curiosity. You'll like do a 3-day manic sprint where you make this business, all to realize, oh my God, was my inner self wrong? Like I really thought I should do this, but now I'm not motivated and it feels like this isn't what my heart wants. That is trickster energy. That is you thinking it was a divine inner voice speaking to you when it was really your ego. So yeah, but it's all for the greater good. So really, in a way, if you can look at this trickster or demon or jinn as more of a teaching thing to make you more wise and evolved, you won't see it as evil. You'll see everything, even bad situations, as a thing to learn from. Anyway, that's really it.
Now, you've seen the good, you've read the good, you've read the bad, all in 15 minutes. Now let's get back to our guy over here.
Plasmoids and their intelligent behaviours. For those of you that may or may not know, a little while ago, you can check a previous video, I went into the fact that plasmoids exhibit intelligent behaviours, and scientists and other researchers in the field are now questioning whether this is a display of intelligent behaviours and some form of sentience, right? The fella sat beside me here is called the Squatter Man, and he's appeared all over the world for thousands and thousands of years from all sorts of different religions and aspects, right? And
that's a pillar in your Bible.
some archaeologists believe that the motive associated with the aurora phenomenon due to plasma discharge, specifically a Z-pinch instability, right? Check this out. What you're seeing behind me here is an example of where this symbol appears all over the world, right? So all of these areas here are all sorts of different cultures and things where this symbol appears, and then you've got the main squatter man here, and then to the left is the actual symbol for a plasma discharge phenomena that happens up in the atmosphere, right? So this kind of goes to say that back in the day, did our ancestors observe such an event where they were absolutely mind blown and they drew this as a representation of what they saw, right? Because it's a man, and he's got two orbs around the side.
Or salamander to receive all heat.
Guys, I've got some amazing UFOs, plasmoids, and their intelligent behaviors. For those of you that may here are all sorts of different cultures and things where this symbol appears, and then you've got the main squatter man here, and then to the left is the actual symbol for a plasma discharge phenomena that happens up in the atmosphere, right? So this kind of goes to say that back in the day, did our ancestors observe such an event where they were absolutely mind blown and they drew this as a representation of what they saw, right? Because it's a man, and he's got two orbs around the side. And obviously, a lot of this does represent.
This picture looked like the dome of the earth. We wouldn't know who that is on the right hand side of the throne.
Then, to an extent, with the plasmodial and orb activity, where throughout history, again, people have witnessed these strange lights in the sky, and there's paintings of them and all sorts of other different things, which is kind of interesting. Another set of symbols in relation to the plasma sort of entity that we've been experiencing. And so, was our ancestors to an extent aware of, you know, scientists are talking about it now, that certain orbs and plasmodial things ejected from the sun can be potentially, theoretically, a level of consciousness or intelligence. There's some sort of display in nature there, right? And then obviously when we go back throughout history, the amount of cultures that praise the sun and pray down to the sun as a living being thing, like Helios or whatever other things that they pray to the sun for, if plasmoids are an extension of intelligence and consciousness, then that means our sun, by proxy, would mean that this bad boy is conscious and alive. And then when... Guys, I've got some amazing footage for you. Look at this. This is straight out of New Jersey about 3 days ago. A gentleman was using a high-powered telescope that he was observing a UAP, and basically zoomed into this object here, and look at it. What is that? I'm going to enhance this video a little bit to kind of get some more of the finer details and see what we're working with. So, as you can tell,
the Most High vehicles isn't man's vehicles or UAP.
Right, we've got a pretty strange sighting sent in via an astronomer looking at Saturn, and he notices a strange object that flies past the rings and goes behind the planet itself. Here it is, right? And it glides across, and then you can see it go behind the rings itself. And he says, in quotations, any astronomers out there that can help me figure out what I've just seen, right? And there's a lot of people in the comment sections, I'll leave a link down below to the post, that are quite perplexed and can't quite understand what this object is, because it's way out there and it's definitely going behind the planet. Pretty damn interesting, man. I'm loving all this sort of like planetary stuff. You guys let me know what you think. Right, we've got a pretty
A lot of activity going on out there, huh? Daddy's coming to get everybody right. What in the world? Okay. Thing glitching, y'all.
Right, guys, I've got some amazing footage coming out of Iceland during a volcanic eruption or some volcanic activity, and a blue orb appears on a live stream on the ruv.is, right? Absolutely amazing. And we're going to zoom in here, and it kind of looks like the plasma phenomena that we're quite familiar with now, that we see during like earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, things of where there's lots of energy being emitted, storms as well. But one thing piques my interest on this live stream, once we've been watching through it as well, blue orbs appear above the top left corner as well, and they come to move in as the live stream progresses as well. So check this out, right? Absolutely incredible scenes there, right? And then to the left hand side we have these strange blue orbs starting to float in, which is quite perplexing. Like, it doesn't really kind of suggest what this is. It's not a drone, it's nothing of that nature. This stuff is just here, right? And this is not the first time.
Judgment for those that are coming up out the pit. That's what it is. It ain't nothing else. Not that hard to think about. It really ain't.
But this to me is the far more interesting place.
If you don't want to die...
Guys, we got some crazy happenings coming out of Illinois right now. I would play you the sound, but there's a lot of N-bombs that are getting thrown around on this clip, so I'll link it in the description below. But strange fire falling out of the sky, which is literally shocking.
Plasma. So we see one falling, we know who that is. Eyes that never blink, wink, or sleep. The real watcher. Each ring is to another dimension. Why it's in the present, wherever it's at. Watching all of us at one time, simultaneously. That's what those rings or circles are for. Haven't we learned yet with the flower of life? How could your soul life be inside of Ophanim if we aren't correct? That's your throne seat. Indefinitely. Shalom, boy, ready? My man ended it with his car. I hear you.
What did you see in space? Buddy, brother, friend, comrade. The world is not quite what movies have made it seem. People think you launch a rocket up into the atmosphere and just fly out into the abyss of infinite space. But this couldn't be farther from the reality. Once we go beyond a certain altitude and kind of reach the cusp of our atmosphere, we reach the same barrier time and time again, and impenetrably dense, translucent layer of concrete solid water, which behind it appears to be a mysteriously dark body of infinite waters that we misinterpret as outer space. It would be through this abyss of water that we could assume the potential to travel to other existing worlds. But without a way through this firmament, we are restricted to fairly limited speculation. It appears as though whatever kind of a god or what have you that created this place did not intend for us to get through that barrier. In the meantime, however, CGI has made for a hell of an illusion of what lies beyond.
But y'all fight to believe in space. Thank you for coming out, HSE-TV Entertainment. Those of you that are deep enough to take the spirit of inspired breath, word. More baraka to you. See you when we see you.